How's it going, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome back to a brand new combo guide for Speedroids. I've got 4 cool combos to show you guys that end on some pretty decent boards and don't take too many cards. I try to keep most of them as 3 to sort of 3.5 card requirements. So yeah, really excited to share with you guys these combos. But before we go any further, I want to mention a quick shout out to our sponsor at Imperium Duelist. They just recently sent me this Demon Dance playmat, as they're calling it. Beautiful two-sided cloth playmat on their King's Road material, so you know it's super soft. I've only just had it for about a day or so, but I really am a fan of the artwork. You know, I like it even more now that I'm in person. The detail is there, the vibrant colors on both sides. I really do dig the fire and water theme. And if you guys want to pick up one of their playmats and give them a shot for yourself, you can feel free to go to their site and find a playmat like this or any other playmats that they have, and you can get them all for 10% off using that discount code WinterKills10 off. And you can of course support the channel in the process. They've also got sleeves like you see me using here on the main and extra deck. They've got mat bags to go with these mats. This one here featuring the fabled Unicorn, obviously not the Necroz Unicorn, but the original Unicorn. And they've also just come out with some new stickers to go along with their new dice, themed after some classic spells and traps. Of course, here are just a few of them. So if you guys are interested in any of that stuff up and you want to support the channel, that is a great way to do it by using that discount code at checkout. And of course, if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player, using that affiliate link when you check out does help out greatly. Also, consider becoming a member of the channel today by clicking that blue join button down below. Let's go ahead and get into our first combo here. And I have everything already sorted as is, but this first combo is basically going to end on a level 7 synchro of your choice, either Fast Dragon or Clearwing, alongside the new Adamantipator Risen Raptite, which offers a good graveyard interruption for the opponent you know, during their turn. So for this combo, we're going to need these 3 cards here: Sting the Poison, Speedlift, and Speedroid Horse Stilts. This card mainly required for removing the luck factor from the high Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. So first things first, we're going to start by normal summoning Sting the Poison, and that's going to go ahead and add a copy of Pin the Bullseye. And while the only monster we control is a tuner, we're going to go ahead and slap down this copy of Speedlift, and that is going to go ahead and summon a copy of Speedroid Teketomborg from our deck. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and special summon this Pin the Bullseye and link these 2 off into a copy of this high Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and banish a level 7 synchro. Again, it can either be the Clearwing or the Fast Dragon, whichever you prefer. I'm going to go with the regular Clearwing this time around, and we're going to reveal Terror Top and Yo-Yo from the deck. Now, ideally, if we did not have this Horse Stilts in our hand, we'd 100% want this Yo-Yo, because if we don't get the Yo-Yo and we get the Terror Top, we get our extra normal summon on it, that's fine and all, but we lose out on a crucial extra body that we're going to need to synchro summon with. So, I mean, worst comes to worst, we don't get the double Yo-Yo, but that's, again, where the backup Horse Stilts comes in very clutch. So, now from here, we're going to use our extra normal summon, thanks to High Speed Rubber Band Shooter's other effect, to normal summon this Horse Stilts, and with that, we're going to bring out this copy of the Terror Top. And from there, we're going to go ahead and add a copy of the Red-Eyed Die from our deck. Now, at this point, we're going to go ahead and tag out our Teketomborg into a copy of that copy of Dendaiko Duke. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and synchro these into a copy of Clearwing Fast Dragon, or whichever level 7 synchro you've yet to go into. And then last but not least, we're going to use Dendaiko Duke in the grave to summon this Red-Eye Die from our hand, to target the Terror Top, make it a level 5, which will allow us to synchro into a copy of the Adamantipator Risen Raptite. So overall, a pretty solid field. If you had another Monster Reborn spell at hand, if you had like a World Legacy Succession, Speedlift, Monster Reborn itself, you could instead, you know, instead of going for Fast Dragon, go for the Wind Pegasus at Ignister, and then use a Reborn spell to bring back your tuner to make Crystal Wing with the Wind Pegasus at Ignister and your level 1 tuner. So just a little bit of extension there if you have the cards to do so. But that's it for that combo, and we're going to go ahead and go into combo number 2. Alright guys, so for this next combo, we're going to be able to end on the Mighty Cosmic Blazar Dragon with just these 3 cards. Any recovery spell, whether it be Speed Recovery, World Legacy Succession, or Monster Reborn, doesn't matter. A copy of Speedlift, and of course a copy of Battle Wasp, Sting the Poison. Now, one thing to mention about this combo with these particular cards is that you will need to get double Yo-Yo off your high speed Rubber Band Shooter, but how to get rid of that and how to get around it essentially is you're going to need that copy of Horse Stilts in your hand alongside these 3 cards, so I figured I'd mention that right now. But either way, we're going to start by normal summoning Sting the Poison, and that is going to net us a copy of Pin the Bullseye. And again, while the only monster we control is a tuner monster, we're going to go ahead and play Speedlift right now to summon out Teki Tomborg from the deck. And now here we can freely special summon Pin the Bullseye. And before we link off, we're going to go ahead and tag out into a copy of Red-Eyed Die. Now we're going to go ahead and link these two into a copy of High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter, and use its effect to reveal both the Terra Top and the double yo-yo by banishing a level 7 Synchro. In this case, I'm going to banish this Clearwing Synchro Dragon. And here we're, again, we're going to want to hope that we get this double yo-yo to our hand, and let's say luck falls in our favor and we get it. So at this point, we'd follow up by using Rubber Band Shooter to summon, or get our extra normal summon on the double yo-yo, and that's going to revive Terra Top. And Terra Top actually at this point can add us any card, any Speedroid card that we can use as a follow-up for next turn. So I'm going to add Marble Machine, which is basically just a Stratos for the deck. I'm going to add it here so we're basically setting up for our next turn at this point. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and synchro these two into a level 5 synchro known as Speedroid Hagoita, which is going to come in very clutch in just a moment. But now we're going to go ahead and play our Reborn spell, whether it be Succession, Monster Reborn, or Speed Recovery. And we're going to bring back Red-Eyed Die. And on summon of Red-Eyed Die, we're going to use it to target the Hagoita and make it a level 2. And that way we can synchro with it and the Red-Eyed Die into a copy of the Martial Metal Marcher. Now on summon of Martial Metal Marcher, we'll activate its effect to revive a tuner in our graveyard, but negate its effects. And we're going to revive the Red-Eyed Die. In this case, it has to be a Speedroid tuner, and it has to be preferably a level 1 tuner. But since Hagoita has a graveyard effect, we can basically revive it while we control a Speedroid tuner monster, so we're going to go ahead and do that now to bring itself back. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and synchro these two into a level 4, that is High Speedroid Puzzle, and then we'll synchro this 5, this 4, and this 3 into a level 12, the Cosmic Blazar Dragon. And during the end phase, we can add back any Speedroid monster in our graveyard. We could add back Double Yo-Yo, we could add back Teki Tomborg or Terra Top, whatever you want. We'll just go with the Double Yo-Yo for sort of a graveyard revival effect, whatever we feel we need going into next turn. So with that particular order, you know, with those 3 cards, we still have an additional 2 cards, so we technically end on this board with 4 extra cards in hand, which is not terrible. But again, using just those 3 cards, you will, of course, need to get Double Yo-Yo off of Rubber Band Shooter. And the only way to play around that is, of course, to have a copy of Horse Stilts in your hand with those cards that we started with. So it really doesn't change. Nothing else changes in the combo. Again, we're just sort of luck-proofing ourselves by adding that copy of Horse Stilts anywhere into this combo sequence, into the opening hand, preferably, obviously. So I figured I'd just point that out, because it is something that is a bit unfortunate about the Speedroid combo. Most of them anyways, is you do have to try to play around the luck factor of the Rubber Band Shooter, but playing multiple, playing 3 especially, Horse Stilts in the main deck does help to sort of dodge around that. So now we're going to go ahead and move into combo number 3. Hey guys, Winter from the future here, letting you know that I forgot to turn on my external mic for this portion of the video, so I'm going to have to post-commentate over it. But this combo will end on Double Crystal Wing, taking these 3 cards here: Speedlift, Sting the Poison, and Horse Stilts. Again, Horse Stilts only being needed if you do not get lucky off of your high-speed Rubber Band Shooter, and you don't get the Double Yo-Yo to your hand. So that's the only reason you need it. Otherwise, it's a 2-card combo needing just Sting and Speedlift. Another point I wanted to make really quick was that the first combo I showed uses these same 3 cards, and the reason I'm showcasing both of these combos separately from each other is that A, the sequencing is very different, and I wanted to showcase how they could be played out differently, and B, because the board of the first combo in some cases, depending on the situation, may be more desirable than that of a Double Crystal Wing, so I figured I'd just throw that out there. So either way, this combo starts with Sting, going for Pin, and then following up with Speedlift into the Dendendaiko Duke, and then linking everything off except the Sting the Poison, importantly keeping the Sting the Poison on the field as a level 2 tuner. And then we're using High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter's effect to banish the Clearwing, to reveal Double Yo-Yo and Terra Top. And again, I'm talking here about the importance of, you know, having Horse Stilts in hand if attempting this combo. Otherwise, it's up to a coin toss whether or not you'll be able to complete it. Because you'll be missing out on an important extra body if you do not get the Double Yo-Yo. But either way, simulating here is if we don't get the Double Yo-Yo and we need the Horse Stilts to back it up. So Horse Stilts will normal summon, that will bring out the Terra Top. Terra Top adds Teki Tomborg. Teki Tomborg special summons itself and tags out into Red-Eyed Die. Red-Eyed Die makes Terra Top a level 2. And now at this point, we're synchroing with those two into Martial Metal Marcher, and on summon, Marcher is going to bring back Red-Eyed Die, whose effects are negated, so we won't be able to modify any levels, but that's fine because we're going to use it, and Horse Stilts, or Double Yo-Yo, whichever it may be, to synchro into Hagoita. Hagoita and Marcher go into the Crystal Wing, our first Crystal Wing. Now here's where there's a few branching paths. We're going to use Dendaiko Duke here regardless to bring out the Red-Eyed Die, and this will allow us to bring out Hagoita using its own graveyard effect. But here, we could synchro with Hagoita and Sting for Clear Wing or Fast Dragon, or we could synchro with Hagoita and Red-Eyed Die for Raptite and leave it as that, or we could synchro with the Raptite and the Sting the Poison, as I'm doing here, for a second copy of Crystal Wing. So it really depends here. And I also bring up the point where if you have room for Stardust Charge Warrior alongside Raptite, instead of making Raptite here, you can make Charge Warrior, get a draw before you go into your Crystal Wing. So I don't really have the room for it in my extra deck currently, but if you do, you can feel free to play that. And that is pretty much it for this combo. Alright, so for the last combo of the video, you're going to need these 4 cards, and our end field should be Stardust Warrior alongside Clearwing Synchro Dragon or Clearwing Fast Dragon, again, whichever you prefer. Now, these are the same 3 cards we used in the last combo, but it gets a little bit better when you add in the Speed Recovery. And again, this could be a 3-card combo if you do get good luck and you do get Double Yo-Yo to your hand. But again, as a safety net, I'm opting to include it into this hand. So we're going to start by normal summoning the Sting the Poison to add our trusty Pin the Bullseye. And we're going to go ahead and play Speed Lift before we go any further to get access to Dendaiko Duke, and once we do that, we'll special summon Pin the Bullseye. And now we're going to go ahead and link off Sting the Poison and Pin the Bullseye for the High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter, and we're going to go ahead and banish a copy of Clearwing Synchro Dragon to go ahead and reveal both Terror Top and Double Yo-Yo. Now again, let's say we get the Double Yo-Yo to our hand. Great, everything's all fine and dandy. So we're going to Double Yo-Yo for the Terror Top to go ahead and add Teki Tomborg, and we'll special Teki Tomborg and tribute it off to go ahead and grab a copy of Red-Eyed Die. And on summon, we're going to activate Red-Eyed Die's effect to go ahead and make this Terror Top a level 2. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and synchro these two into a copy of Martial Metal Marcher. And then we're going to bring back this Red-Eyed Die with the effect of Martial Metal Marcher, and its effects are negated, which is entirely fine. So now we're going to go ahead and synchro the Double Yo-Yo and the Dendaiko Duke for a copy of Wind Pegasus at Ignister for the graveyard protection that it offers, and we're going to synchro these two now into a copy of the Stardust Charge Warrior. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and use Speed Recovery to bring back any level 4 Speedroid in our grave, and we might want to summon this in a different column to watch out for the Relinquish Anima, but again, we're going to Speed Recovery here for the Double Yo-Yo. And we're going to synchro the Double Yo-Yo and the Red-Eyed Die for a copy of Hagoita. And now here, lastly, we're going to use the Dendaiko Duke in our grave to bring out this Red-Eyed Die to target Hagoita and, of course, make it a level 6. Now, at this point, we can synchro the 6 and a 1 into a 7 to go for none other than Clearwing Fast Dragon, just like that. And we've ended on Stardust Warrior and Clearwing Fast Dragon, with the protection offered in grave from Wind Pegasus at Ignister, and we have Speed Recovery for next turn to add back a card from our graveyard. And if we happen to use Horse Stilts, of course, we can use it to dump a Tempest to the grave next turn as well to really try to push for a game. So yeah, those are some really cool Speedroid combos, some combos that I hope maybe you guys haven't seen before. If not, oh well. But yeah, really excited with how this one came out and how the combos ended up coming up. Actually, some of them ending up better than I originally planned them to be, so that's always a win if you ask me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, leave a like if you enjoyed, and let me know what combos you have to share that I maybe didn't show off in this video that are also pretty good. And yes, of course, Winter Kill sign out. We'll see you guys in the next one. And of course, a huge shout out to my Divine level channel members here on YouTube, Academic Thick, Travis Harris, and Zors. Thank you guys so much for your generous contributions to the channel.